Hey, everybody. Back to my comments. Hey, Michelle. I don't know if you're still here. You said hi a little bit ago. Hi, everybody. Hi, Carol. Hello. Welcome. Welcome to our crafty hour tonight. I'm going to wait just a couple seconds here to see if a few more people join, and then I'll jump in. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Seal. Did I already say hi, Carol? I can't remember, but hi, Carol. Hi, Brianne. Hi, everybody. Hi, Vanessa, Dorothy, Frida. Nice to see all of you. So I am doing our crafty hour tonight, as you can see, and you can see some hero wax here on my table. So hi, Jen Shirkus. Hello, friend. I'm going to have to talk to you a little bit later about that custom RM whatever. Anyway, instead of doing a card from start to finish tonight, there was some questions on my live yesterday about the red or the hero waxes and the different mediums. And so I thought what I'd do here on our crafty hour is just kind of do a run through of all of our various mediums, the new ones in the new catalog, and then the ones that we've had since mixed media and beyond, and just show you some fun things that you can do with them and take them to your cards and your mixed media projects. Hopefully some of you like doing mixed media. This could be our little introduction to mixed media, and then maybe we can get our group going on that. But Cynthia, hi. First time you caught one of these lives. Well, this is a little bit different than our normal ones. Usually it's somebody from our creative team here. And today I'm doing it myself. I'm here sometimes, but a lot of times it's Shannon or Daniel West or different people on our team. And we had our new catalog. I think as most of you know, yesterday was our big holiday catalog launch. Here it is. And if you wanted to see a run through of this catalog, we have a video on YouTube, which is only 12 minutes, or you could rewatch the replay of my live from yesterday, which was like an hour and a half, so super duper long. So there's lots of fun new holiday products in there and beautiful card samples and, fun stamps and dies and stencils and everything else. But what I'm going to focus on tonight are the mediums, the waxes, the pearls, the pastes, and show you what you guys can do with those. And I'm probably not going to do a whole card from start to finish, but just show you some fun things to do with it. So hopefully you're happy with that. How can you get a catalog? Janine, you can actually order the catalog on the Hero Arts website. You look for in the catalog section. If you search catalog, you can find this Handmade for the Holidays catalog. And we have a deal going on right now on the website that if you spend $100, that you get some free pearls, glitter paper, and a catalog. So there is an opportunity to get one for free if you spend a lot of money. But you can also just order one. They're $9.99. Okay. I'm going to also just give you guys a little bit of info. We are doing our stamp along. If you haven't heard, this is going to be so much fun. November 5th and 6th. You can register now on the website. It's $35 to join us for this fun weekend. There is a bundle of products that you can get to go along with it. And that bundle is $165, but it's all the new products that the artists will be using. But we always welcome you if you would prefer to just use what you have on hand and make something similar. You're welcome to do that. But there'll be a lot more info once you join our register for the event. We'll send out details about all that kind of stuff. But again, here are our teachers at the event, and there's some pretty fantastic faces on that little graphic. So you're going to want to join in on that fun for sure. All right. Let me go back to the comments and see what you're saying. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and make my desktop the big screen so that we can start talking about these mediums and get my catalog out of the way. So this is going to be kind of I don't know. I haven't planned exactly what I'm doing tonight. So guys, we're just going to have fun and play with things and show you some fun things to do. So in the summer catalog, we came out with 3 waxes. There was black, white, and gold. And now with our new catalog, we have olive and berry. And I want to show you, we have these display boards from our customer, a retailer show. I just want to use it to show you. This is the white, the black, and the gold. So you can see how shiny and pretty they are. And Maria Willis from our team actually made these samples, but this is where she put it on with the palette knife. She brushed it on. Oh, this is the brushed on. You can see the nice texture from the brush. She's a mixed media gal, so she's all about the fun textures. But so she put on a paintbrush, a palette knife, and then here she just took her finger and bumped around on it to make some texture. So it's fun to make texture with that paste. So those are the 3 that we had before. Uh, Tanita, I'm sorry, I don't think I can help you with that. But that would be a question for info@heroarts.com if you wanted to check, but I'm not so sure about that since you ordered it in a different place. All right, so I want to just show you these waxes. Oh, I had the same problem yesterday, then I opened it right after the live. I should have opened it again before this. Hold on one second here, guys. There we go. So this is what the berry looks like. So pretty. And this is the olive. So it is, I use it in some of the same ways that I use our pastes, but it is a little bit different. Let me get that out of the way. And I'm going to show you what it looks like through a stencil and then some fun things you can do with it once you have it through your stencil. And this is my little book of stencils. So I'm going to get out the Zigzag Trees stencil. I just keep my stencils in a, who makes this? I'm drawing a blank. Simple Stories little album, little 6x8 album. That's what I like to keep my stencils in. And there is my zigzag tree. Oh my goodness, I'm seeing a broken up picture. I hope you guys are still with me. There we go. Sorry if I'm locking up a little here. Put that down under, grab a piece of cardstock. Actually, I want to get some colored cardstock. Where did I set it? Ah, right here. Now on our stencils, there's a little Hero Arts logo down in the bottom. It's really tiny on that one, but that's how you can tell that they're, what side is up. And I'm sorry about my nails, and I was going to paint them and make them look nicer, but then I thought I'm using mixed media mediums tonight, and I'm just going to make a mess anyway. So what is the point? There is no point. I'm going to go ahead and tape down my stencil. Hi, Cindy from California. I'm Libby. I don't know if I even said this, guys. I'm Libby from Hero Arts. I live in Georgia. I work remotely for Hero Arts. And I have a lot of fun doing it. In our blog hop yesterday with our release, I went and showed a little behind the scenes of some of the things I like to do, or I do for Hero Art. So if you're curious, you could go check that out. And you do want to hop along with us from the blog hop yesterday because there's some gift cards up for grabs. All right, so I want to show you how this looks when it's new. See how creamy it is? It has a lot of moisture in it. I'll show you my other ones in a minute. After time, it gets less moist, less creamy, but that's okay. I'll show you what you do about that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this through my stencil. And I'll show you some other things besides stenciling with it that you can do. And a couple of things about this wax compared to a paste. It dries very quickly. I mean, this is going to dry a little slower because I'm putting it on thick through the stencil, but if you just rub down with your finger, it dries super quick. And it is more water soluble, so you don't have to wash your stencil immediately and you'll still be able to get the wax off. Of course, if you like a super duper pristine stencil, you might want to have some water handy to dump it into before, you know, as you're working, if you're not going to be able to get to a sink or somewhere to clean it right away, but it does clean up pretty easily. And I am using our Hero Arts palette knife, which I love. It's a metal head on it and some wood handle, and really, I just love the sturdiness of it and how it will last for a while. Renee, there are 5 colors of wax. There's white, black, gold, and then the new berry and olive. All right. Not sure if I brought my wipes over here. They might be over at my other desk, but that's okay. Oh, you have a fever, Michelle. I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh, Michelle, I mentioned the people who do our lives, and Michelle Lupton often does it for us as well. She's in Australia. She's on our global team. She does our Stay Crafty challenge, and she does these lives often. And she was going to do it tonight, and I stole it from her. I said, I'm going to do it tonight and show some mediums. So I'm sorry you're feeling bad, though, Michelle. I hope you're okay. All right, so I'm messy here, but here's my beautiful trees on my stencil. I just love that olive color against the blue cardstock. I think that's really fun. And this would be nice. I could just let this dry. It would dry smoothly and look really great. It has a shine to it. I don't know if it's coming across. But what I'm going to show you, instead of just letting it dry like this, is that you can heat it with your heat tool if you are a person who loves a lot of texture. Not everybody does, but if you love doing the mixed media, grungy, textury, whatever, you can go ahead and heat it. So I'm sorry if you hear my heat tool for a minute. I'm letting it warm up. And I'm just going to go in and I'm going to let this bubble. Let me heat it a little more. Can you guys still hear me while this is on? I hope you can. All right. So watch what it does. Let me see. Make sure you're getting it. Can you see that bubbling happening? All right. So I'm going to keep going, but I just want to stop and tell you so you can see what I'm doing there. You could leave it smooth and nice. That's great. But another thing you can do is heat it, and it gives it more texture. It kind of puffs it up. And one nice thing about the wax is that it doesn't smoke or burn. It just does that bubbling, and then it kind of goes back to rest, and it creates some great texture. So let me go ahead and finish this. Okay. So I should have done two so that we had one to compare, but can you see the difference in that? How it has some texture to it now, not just a smooth texture, but some raised fun texture. And just picture all the different stencils you could do that with and use in your mixed media and your art journals. If any of you do that, I hope so. You don't have to heat it. You absolutely don't have to heat it. It would dry relatively quick if I just set that aside, and it would have been great. But what you can do with it, let me see. I put some on a piece of paper. I may have left it over on the other side. Okay, so now I'm going to take my gold, and I want to tell you about my gold. I've had this one for longer, and it actually changes consistency over time. This is something that you don't want to keep for years and years and years because it does change. So you can see how that looks different than the one I just used, right? It's not quite as wet and creamy as it was before. And so it is still great. I can still smooth it on through a stencil. And you can always spritz it with a little water. Oopsie. If you want to add a little more moisture back into it, you can totally do that and just mix it around in there. So just FYI on that. But what I'm going to do with this now, just to show you an idea, is you could take this and just get a little bit of it on your finger. And you can rub it on just very gently to burnish some gold onto your trees. Can you see that? And so the more texture you have in there, the more it's going to get into the little grooves when you burnish it on with your finger. Okay. So isn't that fun? Yeah, the water does not make it harden. Now, it is called a wax, but don't think of it like a traditional wax, like a candle wax or something. It is different. It's a wax-based product, but it's not, like a wax you might be thinking of. You can also, oops, I didn't bring a water brush over here. Let me see if I have one with water in it. Let's see here. Here's one. I'll just use this one. So another thing you can do with it, this is not watercolor paper, and there's one that I rubbed on when I did the live yesterday, but you can take this and also just paint it on with a brush. And sometimes I'll just put it onto my mat that I'm using or on an acrylic block or something. And then you can pick that up with some water and make it more watery and then paint that onto your project. So it's a fun thing to add as little accents or to paint a die cut or do different things with. Okay. It goes on to different surfaces. So if you wanted to, I have some like little wood slices. I can take that and rub it onto the wood slice. And, just different surfaces you can put it on. Let's see what else. I want to show you that you can take it. Hold on a second here. And I'm going to show you other things with different mediums as well, but this is just our introduction to waxes. Clean up a little here. Now I'm going to grab my art journal. This is just my art journal that I play in. Get that out of the way. And I did this earlier, actually. I was just testing. This is a page I made a long time ago, and I'm just kind of using it as my test for different things. So my poor little seahorse page is getting goofy, but I just took some of it, and just like I was doing on that other one, I just burnished it into the area on my page. And look at how it just makes that beautiful golden in the background. So imagine using a paste or another wax and putting it onto your project and then just using this to add something to it, to the top of it or around the bottom. So see what that does as well. Sandra in the MMH. I don't know which paper you wanted me to move upwards, but there's what I was just doing on my journal. And it dries quickly, so that'll be set on there really well. And then again, here's what I was doing on the little trees to burnish a little gold on top. And you can see all that texture from the wax that I put on there. Another thing that I have done with it, I'll put some on a piece of cardstock and we'll come back to it once it's completely dry. But I will take it. Yeah, it rinses off my finger very easily, Melissa. It's water-based. It just washes right off really easily. So I'm just going to rub some on some cardstock, and I'm going to show you something with this in a little bit after it's dried. Oh, I'm not afraid to get dirty at all. I'm a messy crafter, and I love mixed media type stuff. I love all the mediums and putting stuff on and getting messy with it. So if you're a clean and simple, really neat crafter, I don't know. Hopefully you still like this stuff because it's fun. But all right, so there is that on there. I'm just going to set that aside to dry, and we'll come back to it. So again, we have the gold, which I just think this gold is so pretty. And I'll clean up my fingers in a second here. And I need to spread some red on a paper so you can see what that one looks like. That's one of the new ones. Cleaning up my gold for a second here. I'll put that down on here. You could for sure do it with a blending foam as well. Oh, Kathy, that's very sad about kids not getting dirty. Look at how pretty this red is. It's more of a pinky berry red. It's definitely not a bright Christmas red, a true red. Let's see what that looks like. And so you can also, let's see if I can find, we had a Poinsettia Stencil a little bit ago, a little while back. Let's see if I can find it in here. Oh, actually, you know what would be really great with this red is our new brick wall stencil. So you can put it on with the palette knife like I did before, or you can just rub it on with your finger. But this one is, since it's so wet and creamy, it is rubbing away a little bit as I do it. So I have to be kind of gentle with it. So isn't that fun? That super fun brick wall. So lots of fun things you can do with this stuff. And we will come back to some more waxes in a second. I'm going to show you some paste, and then we'll do kind of what I did in my journal. Let me clean the red off. I might have to go get my baby wipes. Let's see. Just spraying my finger a little bit off camera. I don't know why, but my setup is forward a little bit. So I'm sorry if I keep going too low in my view here and off camera a little bit. But see how easy that just rubbed right off of that with a little water? That's all I did to clean it up, is just a little bit of water on there and rubbed it off. Okay. Yeah, if I had done a little bit more of that brick wall, like what you're saying, Cindy, it'd be really fun to have a little bit of brick wall. You could put like a flower or a butterfly or all kinds of things in front of that wall. So I love this stencil. We had this one in the holiday release this week, and then we had a cobblestone in our summer catalog. So really fun. Can you add regular ink from your ink pad when it's dry? I'm not sure. Like around, are you thinking like maybe around that? I haven't tried that yet, but that's a great idea. One thing I was going to show you with this, actually, I didn't say what I was going to do. I just mentioned I was going to do something, is once that is dry completely, which it wasn't, I just rubbed it, you can stamp on top of that. So I could take black ink and stamp on top of that, like with our intense black ink. And so that's one thing I've done with that as well. Yeah, graffiti greeting would look super fun over it. I love that idea, Dawn. Yeah, this stencil is not perfect. I love how it has all the little bits in there to make it look kind of real, you know? And we also had a brick embossing powder in the summer release, which would be really great with that. All right, we'll use that stencil again. Let's use some, I don't know if I'm gonna use black or not. So I want to talk to you a minute about our hero pastes. So we have white pearl, gold, and glitter. So gold is the brand new one. It looks a little weird before you stir it. So this is a little different than the wax. This is more like, you know how I can rub the wax on real thin? This has more texture to it. So see how that is? It's different than the wax. It's a different medium. When you put this on, it has a different little bit of sparkle to it. I'm hearing a big echo. I hope you guys aren't. It's kind of driving me crazy as I listen to it. Let's see. I have some cardstock here that are just some, I keep a bin of like backgrounds that I made and didn't do anything with. And so I'm going to use some of that. I will use, do I want to use brick wall? Oh, sure. Why not? I'm just going to use brick wall again. And that is my little logos there. Oops, you can't see my little logos right there. So I know that I have it right side up. Not that it even matters, but if you want it to be completely correct, I have it the right way. I didn't tape this or anything. I'm just going to wing it. So I'm going to put some of this on here, and I'll show you what it looks like. Now this is paste, this is not wax, so it has to be cleaned up more quickly, or else it will really stick to your stencil and make a mess. Ooh, that's fun. That's super fun. I don't know if there's like a slight little shimmer to it that I'm not sure if it's coming across on the video, but I'll let this dry and then we'll look at it again. I want to clean up this stencil before it gets too out of control here. And I'm going to show you how many of you have used our hero paste or our different pastes? I want to know what your interest level is with learning things to do with it, or if you already know everything. But I'm going to show you next how to color it with some re-inker. So the pastes, you can heat them. They also, like the waxes, will not burn and smoke up unless you really just put your heat tool on it forever. But I do like to let them just dry on their own because it will add the texture, like kind of like what the waxes did, where it will bubble up. If you don't want it to bubble up, then you don't want to hit it with the heat tool. But if you want that added texture, which is fabulous, you can do that. See what I'm saying? It's like whatever you prefer doing. Here is what the glitter looks like. It doesn't look like much on camera, but it has really pretty glitter in the paste. And then I'm going to use the white for this. So here's what the white, the regular, looks like. And it's all stuck on this thing. I'm going to grab all that off of there. And I only grabbed one re-inker. I could go grab more if we want to, but I'm using a Blue Hawaii Reactive re-inker to color my paste. I'm just shaking it up because our reactive re-inkers do separate when they're sitting in the bottle, so you want to give them a good shake before you use them. Okay. And then I'm going to just take a little bit of this out onto my, that's probably even more than I need. I'm going to take a little bit less. Onto my craft mat. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my re-inker to it. I'm just going to put a couple drops for now because I can always add more if it's not enough, but it does kind of water it down. So you don't want to, add too much. You can add too much. It can make it too watery, and then it really changes the consistency of your paste. All right. Let's see, put that on. Then I'm going to grab another one of these backgrounds that I had that I don't even know what I was doing with this. It's just got all kinds of stuff all over it. But I'm going to take that, and do I want to grab a different stencil? No, I'm just going to keep using this fun little brick wall. Why not? Just looking for there. Here we go. And so just think of all the different colors of re-inkers you could get to color your paste, and then you can have whatever colors that you want. You could take more wax if you wanted and add a little bit of different colors, and then, put them side by side on this. All right, I don't want that to dry too much, but I want to clean this up. I'm going to grab my baby wipes. Hold on one second. I'm sorry. Okay, cleaning that off. Cleaning it off here. And now it does take a little bit of time to dry, but I want to make sure that doesn't dry on me. It's not going to dry that quickly, but I'm going to show you something else you can do that is fun with your pastes while they're wet, that I learned from Maria Willis on our creative team, who is the mixed media goddess, and I've learned so much from her, and she does so much fun things. And I'll hold that blue up in just a second once I get this kind of cleaned up, so I can show you. And again, with the wax, the pastes, you do want to clean your stencil quicker than you do with the wax. You don't have to worry about it as much with the wax, but with the paste, you want to clean your stencil so you don't get dried, hard paste on there that's really hard to get off. Okay, there's that. So now there's our really cool blue brick wall. which is fun. I should have done it white to just show you what it would look like without coloring it, but I think you guys can use your imagination and understand how it would have looked. So one thing you can do at this point, if you want to, is you can take embossing powders and sprinkle them on top of the paste and then add more texture like that. So I'm using a Ranger craft mat here, Bonnie. So it's a non-stick craft mat. There's different kinds of mats out there, but it's just a non-stick surface, which makes it nice. So this is our sand embossing powder. If you guys haven't used sand powder, it is so fun. It has different sizes of embossing granules in there. It has some metallic in there. So it makes really cool elements on your cards. Of course, it can look like sand if you're doing a beach scene, but you can add color to the sparkle paste. Yes, you can. You can add it to the pearl as well. The gold you probably aren't going to want to add color to, but the rest you do maybe. So I'm just sprinkling some of this powder on here and there. I mean, this is a weird color combination I'm going with on this card, but it's fun. Why not? Why not? All right, so I just put a little bit of the sand embossing powder here and there. I'm going to heat up my heat tool again. See what I did there? It's prettier in person. I think it's looking a little not quite as pretty on the screen, but trust me, it's really pretty. I'll have to make something with it and take a picture. But so I added some texture by bubbling up my paste and I melted my powder and it looks really more copper and shiny in person than it looks like it's on my screen. I'm going to do a little bit more texture here. Okay, so now if I wanted to, I could go in with one of my waxes again. I don't know if I want to use the gold since it has more of a copper look to it. I'm not sure I'd want that together. I'm going to just do a little bit of green just because I might regret it, but we'll see. It's fun to play, right? See what you get. It's just paper. It's just, if I mess it up, I mess it up. No big deal. I'm going to go ahead and just try to lightly put a little bit of that green on there. I think I have a little bit too much on my finger. So can you see how the green is kind of grabbing where I made texture by bubbling up the powder? And it's just getting on the tops of that because I'm just really lightly rubbing my finger on it. You see that? So just fun things you can do to add layers and textures and colors to your projects, depending on what you're working on. Okay, I love this. I'm gonna have to make this into a card because even though I was being kind of weird with my colors, I absolutely love it. I think it's awesome. So set that one aside. What else do we want to look at? I'm going to show you. I have a tag book that Maria Willis made when she went to a trade show with us back in, when was that, Mindy? It was April. I don't know if Mindy's even still here, but she was with us too. It was back in April. All right. Looks like lichen. Ooh. Wonder if I could make some kind of forest. We have some really fun like mushroom and fern and everything dyes and stuff That could be fun to make a background that has, you could die cut your pieces and just glue them onto your cardstock. And then, you know, do some of this texture and stuff with the, and then with the green wax. Oh, I don't know if I'm making sense, but I'm picturing something really pretty in my head. All right, so here is one that Maria did where she did the white paste just without putting any color in it. And then she sprinkled on the sand embossing powder like we just did and heated it. And then she burnished it really lightly with the gold wax. Sorry, I'm umming so much, but I hope you guys are understanding and following me. But isn't that cool? And then here's one where she colored her paste kind of like I just did. She did yellow and then she added a little orange. You know, she went and added a little more color, put some on, and then added color again and put it on so that you could get this ombre-ish kind of thing. And then she sprinkled that with the sand embossing powder as well. Maria's a huge sand embossing powder fan, so she sprinkles it on a lot. So this one is really cool. So what she did with this is she used the white paste through a stencil, and then she sprinkled the entire thing with gold embossing powder and then heat set it. And so it's like this, you guys can't really tell the texture there. Can you see how much texture is on that? So it's thick from the paste through her stencil, and then she sprinkled on the gold embossing powder to finish it, which is so cool. Maybe we can try that as well. Now here is one. This is, somebody asked about coloring the sparkle paste, and that's exactly what she did here. So here it is, just the plain sparkle without any color in it, and then she added some blue and made it darker as she went. But that's with the sparkle. Can you see the sparkle in there? I don't know if there, maybe you're catching the sparkle right there. Okay. Ooh, I'm sticking to my mat. What else? Let me see. Some other things I want to just show you that you can do. We'll try that gold embossing. I think I have brass here. We'll try brass embossing powder on some paste in a second. But I also wanted to show you what? I just lost my train of thought. So we have pearls. I'll show you the pearls. So we have white, silver, gold, and pewter that came out in the summer catalog. And you can make little dots with them. They round really nicely when you put them out, put them down on your paper. You can make a squiggle with them, but you can also think beyond just making lines and dots with them. This is a piece that I actually put some of the silver on and I just spread it out. So you can spread the pearls as well. This is what I'm talking about. They come in little bottles like this. There's silver and pewter and gold and white. So those are the ones that we had before. My hands are getting really dirty. And then in this release, we have cork and blue. I'll put those on some cardstock so you can see what they look like. I'll do it on my sample where I did my wall. I should have done this beforehand so you could see without me making a mess of it. So I'll hold that up so you can see it in just a second, but it's a really pretty kind of electric blue. And then this is what they called cork, but I would say it's more of a bronzy color. It's not like a cork board color, you know, it's more metallic and pretty. Isn't that cool? And so, like I said, you can always just take your palette knife and spread those as well. It's kind of runny, but you get the idea. So different things you can do with them. Yeah, the blue is very bright, vibrant. It's really pretty. I have to make a wintry snowflake scene and use some of the blue dots on there. I think that'd be really pretty. All right. And then we also have this new, I don't have a label on it. I think it's called copper. Lacquer pen. Oops, just knocked the card over. Make sure I'm not calling it the wrong thing. Yeah, this is our copper lacquer pen. And then we've also had sparkle clear and crystal clear lacquer pens. And these are a little bit different than the pearls because they really, let me just show you here. They're finer. They're thicker. Like if you tried to make a little pearl-like ball with them, you get more of a Hershey kiss. They don't round as easily as the pearls, so they're a little bit thicker. But we have the clear, which is fun to add shine to, if you have something shiny on your card that you want to have shiny, that's a great thing to add to that. And then we have the sparkle, if you want to add a little sparkle, which is of course great for holiday cards. And you can kind of draw a line with it. You can spread it out. You can get the idea of that. I'm pulling out all the stops. I'm just showing you all the things that you might not know about in the back of the catalog, which is sometimes my favorite part of the catalog is the accessories in the back. Because I just love all these things, all these mediums and fun things to play with. So I just want to make sure that you all know about them. So I'm not showing you a card from start to finish today, which is what you are used to on our lives. I'm just showing you all the things and just having fun playing. And I am going to make something with this later after the live. I'm going to make something with my gold brick wall on my blue background. It's kind of funky. So, okay. Let's see. Somebody asked, what did I see? Somebody asked something. I missed it. Any new sprays? There's no new sprays right now, but I do want to make sure you know about my most favorite spray of all, which is our white iridescent shimmer spray. This stuff is so pretty. You can just put it on a background. Yeah, I can't decide what I want to use here. I'll add it to this one. So this is, I think I ink blended this with reactive ink and then spritzed it with some water. And so it has all those little dots on it. And I'm just shaking up my white iridescent shimmer spray. And you could do this right on cardstock as well to make a shimmery cardstock. But I'm just going to spray that on. And then let it dry. I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but it has such a pretty shimmer when it's dry. We'll let that dry for a second. I'll show you. And I want to show you on this board that I have. We have 3 different sprays. You can't even, well, you can kind of see the shimmer on the white iridescent. And then we also have frost shimmer spray and pink metallic. I don't know if you're being able to see the shimmer on the camera, but they have color and then they have some shimmer in them as well. Yeah, the white shimmer is so pretty. It's my favorite. Yeah, we have had some different lacquer pens in some of our kits. The spray is white iridescent shimmer mist. Yeah, that's what this one is. Look how dirty my fingers are getting. Ooh. All right, let's see how this is doing. You see that shimmer on there? It's of course prettier in person. And I already had all those white dots in there, so it's hard to know what's what. Is the catalog online, Bonnie? Yes, it is. If you go to our blog post yesterday, we linked, you have to kind of read and find the link, but we linked to a digital catalog that you can flip through. And it's really fun. It's this catalog, which is our new Handmade for the Holidays catalog, which is our holiday catalog with lots of samples from our creative team and all the new fun products. But these things that I'm focusing on today, thank you for posting that link, Debbie. I appreciate that. If you're on Facebook, you can see that. If you're on YouTube, you cannot. But this is the back of the catalog that I'm focusing on today and all the fun things that are back here. Here's the lacquer pens and the pastes and the wax. We have lots of fun embossing powders. Let me just show you that real quick as well. If you aren't familiar with all our great embossing powders we have, here's a little sampling. Here's the new, well, there's two boards of it, but this is the brick that we were mentioning would be great with that brick wall stencil. It has, brick color to it, but then it also has some white in it as well, which really gives it a fun brick look. This is Sparkling Sea, which is another fun one. It has different size crystals in it, and blue and shimmer. And then our sand. Brass is one I love a lot. We have gold glitter and silver sparkle, and then just gold, copper, and silver. And then also lots of fun ones over here, clear and white, white detail, white puff. This adds a little bit of puff to your project. Another fun technique to do to get some texture is to draw something with the crystal clear lacquer pen, sprinkle a little white puff on top of it, and then heat it, and it will really puff up. So that's a fun way to make snow or to make foam on a coffee, different things. Sparkle is another one of my favorites, Sparkle Embossing Powder. Okay, so I'm showing you some new things, but I'm also showing you some things that we've had for a long time as well. Let me see, copper and brass you like. Sharon, I agree. The stamp scrubber, we can talk about that real quick since it was mentioned. I think I have it here. There's a fun little thing in the back of the catalog as well. Get this out of the way. So this is our scrubber block, and it has a little scrubber pad on it. And so what this is really great for, it's great for cleaning your stamps in general. I have a wood block here. I'm sure a lot of you use clear stamps, but you know, you can use it to scrub your stamp. But what is really fun is if you're using a MISTI and you don't want to take your stamp off the MISTI lid. Let me see. There's no stamp on this, but you can kind of pretend there's a stamp here, right? You don't want to take it off your lid, but you want to be able to clean it. You can just take your scrubber block and clean it like that. And I sometimes clean my stamps just with water, but we also have Ultra Clean Cleaner, which really gets your stamps clean. And that's what this is. So I wouldn't spray on the block itself. I spray onto the stamp a little bit of it and then just scrub it up. So it does get dirty. This one hasn't been used yet, so it's suspiciously clean. But oh, white puff for beer foam. Yes, I like that. But it's on with Velcro. So you can see that can come right off. You can take it to your sink and clean that. But if it just gets too grody and you don't want to have that one anymore, we now have a little 3-pack of replacement pads as well. So that's just fun. Just a fun little tool to have. How much? I'm not sure, Renee. I don't always know the prices of things, but if you look for scrubber block on the website, that's how you would find that. Another thing that we have that you may or may not be interested in is our Earth Safe glitter. We didn't always, but we've had this for a while, the Iridescent, which is a really pretty fine Prisma glitter. And then now we have gold and silver, which are really pretty as well. And these are nice because they are not microplastics. So if they get into the water, they aren't harmful to the environment and to fish and to us. So we love that they're earth safe glitters. Yes, there is a bundle of the scrubber and the cleaner. You're right, Melissa. Yes, that's a good point, Brianne. You know how we have the different Chucky tools and whatever else that you can use to put across your MISTI when you're putting your pressure down. This works great for that as well. You can just rub it across there because it has that little bit of cushioning. So that's another great use for the scrubber. Let's see. How do you use the glitter in a little tray? Actually, yes, I don't know where I put it. I have like a little Altoid tin type of thing that I put some of this in, and that's what I use. But I've also, you just rip it open. So it has a little notch where you can rip it. And I take a little binder clip and just close my bag like this, and then put a little binder clip on it. So I can keep it like that as well. Or you can put it into a container if you want to. When I use it when it's not in the bin is I just sprinkle it on my project on a scrap piece of paper and then just pour it back in. But, you know, if you wanted to have a cleaner way of using glitter so you don't get it everywhere, I do recommend putting it into a little container that has a lid, a reusable container, so that we're still being earth friendly, right? Oh, Melissa has a bee on her MISTI rubbing tool. That's perfect since she is Sunshine Honeybee. Yeah, I know loose glitter is not for everybody. So if you're using it outside, Carol, then you definitely want to use the Earth Safe so you're not getting harmful plastic glitter everywhere outside, right? Anyway, you don't have to. I'm not trying to lecture you on how to use glitter, but it is a nice option for you if you wanted to. Let's see, did I miss any other questions? I'm just scrolling up for a minute. Now, some of you are saying you have so much to order, and I just want to point out to you that if you are ordering on heroarts.com, oops, I don't have my graphic here. Where did it go? I thought I had it yesterday. But anyway, we have a special going on that if you place a $50 order on heroarts.com, you get a special pack of white and gold glitter paper. Let me put something on here so you're not just looking at an ugly screen or ugly mat. You get a white and gold glitter paper pack. And then if you get to the $75 level, that also gives you free shipping. That's always the case on our website. And then at $100, you get some of these hero waxes as well in the white and the gold, as well as the gold and white glitter paper. So nice for the holidays, some nice colors. Let's see, are there any kits this month? We have a kit every month, Sharon. So our next My Monthly Hero kit launches on the day after Labor Day. It's usually on Mondays, but this time it's launching on Tuesday, which I think is September 7th. So watch out for that. The August kit, I think there's still a few available, and it was a really fun one with the cactus stencils. If you remember, if you caught that. Let's see. And then I'll show you this. We have a few card making kits, we're calling them. Some bundles right now on the website. And so what we did was we took a few of the cards made by our artists for the catalog. That first one that says Season's Greetings was made by Shannon Pelletier. And we just took the products that she used to make that card, the main new holiday products, the wreath stencils, the greeting dies, and then the little message set for the message strip, and put that together in a bundle so that you can buy those products to make that card. And then we'll put an idea sheet in with your order that has the step-by-step on how she did it. And that's at like $1 off what it would be if you bought those things separately. And then the second one that says Happy Holidays, that card was made by Mindy Egan. And then, she used the snowflake corner and these fun messages. And so that's the bundle for that. And then the bird one was made by Mindy as well. And she used this beautiful snowflake stencil, which I love. And then the Finch greeting set. And so those come together as a bundle, and they all come with an idea sheet if you buy that bundle. So just a little FYI on that, if that interests you. It makes it easy to figure out your holiday cards when you can just make something that our artist designed. Oh, don't forget the Stay Crafty Challenge. Yeah, every month we have a challenge on our website and on the Stay Crafty with a blog named Hero Instagram. And Michelle Lupton runs that challenge. Brianne is on the design team. I think I saw Seal here earlier. She's on the team. So there's several people on the team that are here in the comments, but it's a great challenge to do. So you might want to play along with that as well. And we give away a gift card for that. Yes, Melissa, that's right. With the $100 level, you get the $50, the $75, and the $100. All the things stacked together. So it's not either or. You'll get all the things. Okay. When will we see some sneak peeks for the Stamp Along? I think we decided that date is going to be early, like the end of September, I think is when you're going to see those. So there'll still be plenty of time to order things if you need to, but it's not going to be until then. Sharon was already making some Christmas cards. That's awesome. Hip to be square. Thank you, Michelle. That's the challenge theme this month. So if you want to make a hip to be square card, and there's a link up for the cards on the Hero Art site, you can always search for Stay Crafty. We have a little tag for all those if you want to find it. All right. I wanted to do, let's just, if you guys want to stick around a little longer, I will show you the putting the brass embossing powder on our white paste. I think that would be fun to try. And then maybe we shall say goodnight because it is already an hour in. Let's see, what would be a pretty one to do this with? Well, I could just do the same one. This might be the same one that Maria used. I'm not sure. That's a pretty stencil. Any clues of what the next kit will be? Well, Sharon, it's September, so that is my clue that it is appropriate for the month of September. You can guess what that might mean. Yeah, I'm going to tape this because I have a feeling I'll regret it if I don't. Oh, you teach calligraphy, Melissa. That's really, really neat. Ooh, Glimmer Metallic Ink with paste. Have you done that, Brianne, or are you just wondering how that works? We could try it. Oh, where did these bows come from? I suddenly have bows on my desk. That's funny. So this is what I do when I tape a cardstock to my stencil. I just put it on with some tape on the back. So then if it rips my cardstock, it's ripping the back side of my cardstock that I don't really care about. So that's just how I always attach a stencil to cardstock. This is not a new stencil. This one's been out. I think it came out last year in maybe October when we had kind of the, what do you call it? Steampunk kind of themed release. That's, I think, when this one came out. Ooh, I feel like my stencil just lifted a little. We'll see how that looks when I when I'm done. Maria from our creative team is, well, she's busy right now, but she's so good at all of this stuff, and I wonder if she'll see my live later and say, "Oh, you messed everything up." No, I don't think she would say that, but okay. I'm gonna go ahead. That won't dry quickly, so I'm gonna clean up real quick again because I don't want my stencil to get totally messed up. Where did I put those baby wipes though? Oh, I lost them. Uh-oh, if you were my baby wipe, where would you be? Oh my goodness. I don't know. I'm gonna just try this and hopefully it'll work. They have to be right in front of me. I know I'm probably just looking at them and not seeing them. Oh well. And sometimes if I'm not able to clean a stencil right away, I'll just kind of put it in between two baby wipes to keep it moist. Sorry, I said the word moist. Some people are averse to that word. Let's see. Well, I don't know what I did with that. That's so weird. There's only so many places things can go. It has to be right in front of me somewhere and I'm just not seeing it. Yes, Kathy, that's exactly right. I'm losing things in small spaces. I don't understand how that's possible. Just going to spray this with a little water. Thanks, Brianne. That's sweet. Oh, she might have jumped away while I was talking to her. That's okay. Oops, I forgot my friend Jen was live tonight. Whoa, stuff go everywhere. Okay, that's pretty much clean. I'll get that out of the way. So now what we were going to do with this, which, oops, I just crunched it a little, is grab a piece of scratch paper and we're going to sprinkle embossing powder. I'm going to use brass instead of gold, but it's going to show the same kind of thing that Maria did. Mindy, you are familiar with losing stuff in a small space, huh? Yes, it's quite easy to do. I just poured out my entire bottle. I'm not one of those people that just sprinkles on a little bit. Yeah, so obviously I could have paused and just left it as the white paste on there, but I wanted to show how you can put embossing powder on top of it. I'll look in a second if I have the name of that stencil handy, in case any of you are curious what that is. SA 184 is the number for it. let's see. Victorian Stencil. Oh, I should have known that's what it was called because it was from our Victorian steampunk themed release. So that's what that one's called, is Victorian Stencil. All right. I accidentally knocked it right there. So oops on that one. Can you see how it's bubbling while it goes? All right. Okay. So a couple things on this, if you're going to try it. This is my first time actually doing it. So first of all, you're going to want to let this sit and dry the rest of the way because we're melting the powder on top, but it's not completely dried all the way through on that paste that we put on. But this has a ton of texture. It's super thick. I don't know if you can see. But one thing that I didn't think about is I didn't clean up. So I don't know if you can even see, but see how it's a little messy. You know, I don't know if I would have done an anti-static powder tool maybe on my cardstock before I did the paste. That might have been what I wanted to do. So it is a little messier than I would have loved, but I think it's really cool. And you're just going to want to let that dry the rest of the way because I think if you knocked it, you would still mess up your powder. I mean, your paste, which is what I did right there when I threw it to the side while I was cleaning up. But isn't that cool how that turns out? I could have also taken a little paintbrush and cleaned up some of that powder. I wasn't even paying attention because, you know, I'm live and I don't always notice. But it still has a little bit of that texture from when it was bubbling as I cooked it. And it will bubble. It's unlike when you just use embossing ink in a powder. It doesn't bubble like that necessarily because it doesn't have that paste underneath. But I just love the texture it gives and it's really pretty. And again, I'll show you Maria's tag with it, which is with the gold, but it's very similar. So just another fun thing you can do with that. And with that, I think I've kept you all here long enough tonight. Hopefully you learned a lot of fun things with our products and inspired you to maybe try them on some projects. I hope to take what I made here and make some things with it, some final cards. If you wanted to see them, I'll post them on my Instagram. I'm Stampin' Libby, kind of like that other company, Stampin', and then Libby, all one word. I post a lot of things on my Instagram besides just cards. And so if you're looking for a real straight up card maker IG, I am not that. I post lots of things. But anyway, that's where I'll post my my projects that I make with all this fun fodder that we created tonight that can be turned into other fun things. And so just a little reminder of all the things that we did with these mediums. And so I hope you had enjoyed that and maybe got some new ideas of things that you could try and you have fun with these fun things at the back of the catalog, my favorite part of the catalog sometimes. All right. So thank you guys so much for being here tonight and I will see you again another time. All right. Take care.